Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World Tarot. It's Women's Day here in South Africa. It's a public holiday for what it's worth. And yesterday was Lionsgate, and Lionsgate was a big day. It was a big day for me, not in a good way. Unfortunately, the old dog finally, his back legs finally gave way. It all happened very suddenly. I was expecting it, but it was still a shock when it happened. He was 15, very old, still loved his walks, very strong, a very powerful energy dog. And so yeah, I had a very bad day yesterday. I had to put him down. It's left a huge husky shaped hole in my life. House is very, very quiet now, just Fluffy and the birds, and a lot of grieving, a lot of pain. I'm sure you all know the feeling only too well when an animal like that passes and just leaves a giant hole in your life. So that's what was happening to me yesterday, and I'm back. Tarot always cheers me up, so hopefully I will feel better at the end of these readings, and hopefully you will too. When I am up to it, I will post a picture of him on the community tab so you can see him. But gone, a faithful friend. Anyway, not so faithful friend perhaps. We're going to look now at Hasbeen's worldwide philanthropy tour. He is in Japan. He miraculously was packed going through the airport, and the Royal Rogue has had a look at him and said, oh, he looks so sad. Commenters in the comments section were saying, not sad, hi. So we're going to have a look at that, the state he's in. We're also going to look at his relationship with Nacho, because the Royal Grift had a little moment where she said, that relationship with Nacho looks like it has got a bit of a chill on it. Nacho skipped away as fast as he could from the conference or whatever it was that they were doing, and Hasbeen was left looking all by himself, looking sad, sorry for himself. So we're going to look at that as well. We're also going to look at what this whole thing was about, this ISPS summit in Japan. Special summit. It looks like it was cooked up just for Hasbeen to relaunch him as a global philanthropist after his failed attempt at being a Hollywood star or celebrity producer or whatever he was trying to do in Hollywood, something he felt very uncomfortable with by all accounts. And he's now back in a world he knows and understands, apparently, let's say allegedly, the world of charity. And this charity deals particularly with people. I think it started as a golf charity for blind golfers. That's where it started. It has expanded into other sports, as far as I understand it. I had a quick look, and lo and behold, when I went and looked on the ISPS Handa website, what did I find? But Zara and Peter Phillips are ISPS ambassadors, royal ambassadors. So first question out the gate, I want to know, with the Lunar Soul Tarot, which is the one that I'm using for this reading, I want to know if this was all set up for Hasbeen to rehabilitate his image as a philanthropist, and whether it had anything to do with Zara and Peter, his cousins, whether they said, come on, do something, we need to get this guy away from Montecito and back doing the thing he understands, which is waving at adoring crowds and muttering platitudes, and telling the people of Japan he would love to live there. And you can hear them all screaming, no, no, as the Royal Grift said. Use the office clip. You'll know. Go watch. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we want to know that. We want to know about Nacho. How happy is Nacho to be there, and how much chill is there in that relationship now? I've read on that frequently, that rather curious relationship. And then we want to know about Hasbeen. How eager is he to relaunch himself as a global philanthropist? And sad or high? And then how successful is this going to be, this worldwide philanthropy tour? He's off to Singapore after this little brief visit in Japan. So clearly not too concerned about his carbon footprint. Plant a few trees, I guess. And off he goes on Nacho's private jet. Interesting card. We're going to put that at the bottom. It just flipped out. We'll put it back And it was very eager to come out and play, but it's going back where it belongs, in the deck. And let's see what's going on. And of course, disclaimer, it's just tarot for fun and entertainment, or my opinion, or speculation. I read energy, and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what the Lunar Soul Tarot wants to tell us about this jaunt to Japan, a worldwide philanthropy tour. We have got one of these strange and interesting new, cities? Major arcana in this tarot deck. They all do this now just to confuse tarot readers, because of course we never bother to read the books when we get new tarot decks. Do a quick skim through and see if there are any rude surprises, and it's always a rude surprise when you do find one. And here I am quickly trying to here it's telling us about duality and its truth. How do we judge by our own absolute standard when a truth for one may not be so for another? Yeah, we know about their truths, the Parkle's truths. So our inner world's perceptions, experiences are each as unique as our fate. What is fair to one may be an injustice to others. An intransigent binary rarely crossed. So we're talking about what's true, what's real, what your perception is versus what someone else's perception is. And is your truth the same as someone else's truth? Vast existential questions to find ourselves tackling here on Mad World Tarot, where we deal with much more mundane topics most of the time. But old Hasbeen is wrestling what his truth is really about, and is it everyone else's truth? Interesting, because Hasbeen seems to be having a bit of an awakening. So universe is saying that he might be dealing with some grappling with what his truth is, as opposed to what everyone else's truth is. And it seems to me he's still stuck in this notion. As he was going through the airport waving at the adoring crowd, the crowd wasn't adoring, but he thought they were adoring. And that is what duality in this tarot deck is all about. Not in the great wider world, but as far as he's concerned, his perception of things, really, we might look at and say, not really what was going on, but he believes it. There it is. That's our underlying energy. So let us look at the overall situation. What's the story that universe is telling us today? Oh yeah, Page of Wands, travel card. Wands are travel overseas. Off you go on a new exciting adventure. But Page of Wands is, of course, PR, is news, and he does need all the help he can get in terms of PR. And it does look like our universe is telling us we're dealing here with a hastily cobbled together event to improve his image in the world, with that Page of Wands card there. Starting from scratch, because pages are, of course, bottom tier. They are not top tier energy in the court cards. But let's see, was this whole thing, the special summit, all cobbled together very last minute to make Hasbeen look better and relaunch him as a global hero? We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Well, that's new when it's upright. New path, new journey. In the reverse, you could be revisiting something that you used to do, because the reversals have that kind of energy. So it does look as if it was something, we need to do something. He's gone off the path that he's supposed to be on. How do we herd him back onto the path with the Ace of Pentacles? But it is in reverse. He's failing. He's failing in what he's supposed to be doing. And I'm getting quite a stern vibe when I say what he's supposed to be doing, because I'm getting that as what the universe sent him here to do. Universe did not send him here to go and hang around in Hollywood and be a celebrity and earn giant sums of money doing not too much and playing video games in hotel rooms, while the wife spent all his money on rather dubious fashion choices. Very stern energy. How you went off the path. You went off into the weeds, and we need to herd you back onto the path here with this sense of people getting together to really put him back, dust him off and shake him and put him back on the path. Tell me if the royal family at some level was involved in this, Zara and Peter, or is this sheer coincidence that they are royal ambassadors of this charity? any collaboration with the royal family. I've got the Fool in reverse, and the Fool is literally an idiot, someone who's made a terrible mistake, made a fool of themselves, done reckless things, done stupid things. We've got two energies here of a fresh start, but you messed it up, or supposed to be on a path, but you messed it up. Could be with this card, could be this idea that you've done something so stupid. How are we going to fix this now? Is it possible even to fix it? Because when the Fool is in reverse, no, it's not possible. So I'm getting a vague idea that people are, okay, what can we do to get this idiot back on his feet, back on the right track, back on the right path, but from a place of real contempt is how I'm reading this energy. So yes, very much a low grade sort of background noise of people rallying around him, but from the perspective of what an idiot, what a cretin, how has he messed up his life, can't believe it, but let's see if we can do something to turn this around, but without much expectation that this is going to work. That's what I'm getting from those cards. Let's look at Nacho. How happy is Nacho to be part of this Operation Save Hasbeen? We've got the Five of Discs. Doesn't want to be. That's the exile, outcast. I'd rather be outside than inside this thing. He doesn't want to be there. Really doesn't want to be there. The interesting thing about the Five of Pentacles, you have a choice with that card. You can go back inside if you want to go back inside. It's self-exile, really. And I think that Nacho feels that Harry has brought this on himself, first of all. The first energy I'm getting. It's not the dominant energy, though. The dominant energy for me, because energy comes in layers, it's not just one thing. Well, very seldom is it just one clear message. That's one clear message. This is a layered message, and the dominant message from this is that Nacho would rather be anywhere than where he is in Japan. So is there a chill in the relationship, or is he still best mates? Is this still a bromance that raises eyebrows in certain quarters, including here at MadWorldTarot, just for the record? We've got Five of Swords. We've got Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords is conflict card. Conflict card. There has been drama in this relationship. We've got two fives here in the Nacho column. Fives are change and endings. Sudden ones, when situations get destabilized and they need to shift, they need to change. And this relationship has hit the skids, according to this column here. Doesn't want to be there, sees the mistake that Harry has made, can't really believe the mistake that he has made, feels defeated, wants this drama to end. He doesn't want to be part of this circus anymore, Nacho. They might even have fallen out, had actual verbal argument with the Five of Swords. It's very much shouting match. The Five of Swords. It's in reverse. Don't want to be fighting anymore. Don't want to be part of this mess anymore. Want to get away from it. Want to distance myself from it. I think wife, what's her name, Delphine, sat him down and said, listen, we need to sever ties. The Beckhams have done it. The Clooneys have done it. Serena has done it. Didn't invite Meghan to her gender reveal party or whatever Selena's it was. Everyone's separated, distanced themselves. Oprah, you name it. Why are we still in this mess? Why? And so he wants out. There has been conflict, there has been drama, and Nacho, is feeling defeated and wanting to skulk away and put some serious distance between himself and Harry. That's how I'm reading these cards. Let's move on to Harry. How desperate is Harry to be seen in a positive light as a global philanthropist on his worldwide philanthropy tour? Very important to him. Wu Wei, another of these are extras. And that one I am familiar with. That's going with the flow. What was I saying about not being on the right path? Yeah, universe feeling quite strident about it and shouting at me and making me shout at you. Well, not you, but really Harry. This is following the energy rather than fighting against it, swimming upstream. Flow with it. Do the thing you're supposed to do. Do what's easy. Do what's effortless. Do what you're supposed to be doing. He gets it at some level. This is where he belongs. This is what he knows. It's easy. He's back in his comfort zone. He can lie back in that chair and smile, and everyone claps, and he can look comfortable and say, oh, Japan, I love you, and everyone applauds, and he doesn't have to be chimpo at some awkward gathering where they're all glaring at him and thinking you getting your millions and we're all getting the heave-ho you. You're not, the juice is not worth the squeeze. The Duke is not worth the squeeze. Going to read on that at some stage. But it's easy for him. It's effortless. It's what he knows. It's what he should be doing, according to universe. Sad or high? Sad or high? For fun and speculation and all that stuff. Queen of Wands. I would say definitely not sad with the Queen of the Queen of Wands upright. He might be happy to get away from her, but that's what we're not looking at, not what we are looking at, sorry. We're looking at his energy, at his mood. He's happy. He's all fired up with just from his own natural joy at being away from the Queen of Wands and traveling, Page of Wands, and doing what he's supposed to be doing and what he's comfortable with doing again. I would say fire. It's a fire energy, the Queen of Wands. We have a procurer there at home. We have a mother-in-law who's quite familiar with that Queen of Wands energy and always able to provide it, according to rumor and speculation about the mother-in-law's past. I'm being cryptic for obvious reasons, but I think that you could just set fire to that wand and be very, very happy as you walk through the airport. So I'm on the side of the commenters in this one and not the Royal Rogue. No offense to the Royal Rogue. Yeah, that's where I'm going with that card. And let's see, it has been going to be able to resuscitate his, revive his reputation, make himself relevant again on the global stage as a philanthropist, or is this going to be a big fail? Well, he's going to stabilize himself with the Four of Discs. It's not a big wow card, the Four of Pentacles, but it's gaining some stability back in his life after a very rocky few years of uncertainty, not knowing who he is, what he's supposed to be doing, where he belongs, all that kind of thing. He's back on terra firma with this Four of Discs. It's not a claim, it's not a hero's welcome, it's not, oh, we missed you, hero Harry, and here he comes, cheeky chappy, to make us all laugh at his hijinks again. Not that, but it is, okay, you're holding all these things again. You're back in control, because the Four of Discs isn't back in control. It's an interesting depiction of the Four of Discs, this one, because in order to get through that door, he's going to have to put one of these things down. And it's just a miser card traditionally. It is people who have difficulty letting go, opening up, because traditionally there's a big giant pentacle being clutched in front of the heart chakra. And he needs to open up. He needs to walk through that door. He needs to put something down before he can walk through that door. We all know what he's got to put down here. So if he can put her down, he might have some chance of walking through that door, and this little friendship might get healed and he might get back on the right path, and the cousins might not think he's such a cretin after all. But he's got a long journey to go to get through that door. It's a bit like, you know, a baboon trap or something like that. Put something in a jar and then they grab onto it and can't get their fists out. Awful thing to do. I'm not endorsing that at all, but it's, if you want to get your hand out the jar, you've got to drop the thing you're holding, basically. So there is our Hasbeen. Hasbeen still a bit deluded with that underlying energy of duality there. His perspective, his truth is not everyone else's truth. Very much on the wrong path. Very much trying to get good news out about himself. The thing with Nacho looks bad, have to say. It looks like an actual fallout. But Hasbeen knows this world. Hasbeen also, as I say there, with that giant wand, I think that he was flying high on the way over to Japan. My personal opinion. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.